More local podcasts, special guests, Lost Texan Barbecue, Pleasant View, Utah.
More local, more local. More local, more local. More local, more local.
We're back, More Local Podcast. Your host, Danny Starr, Brandon Bredman. We're right here at Lost Texan Barbecue with the new owner,
Judy Gomez. Nice to meet everyone.
So I came by maybe a year ago, right before you got the location here. I love what you've done to the spot. You put your own touch and decor to it, should I say. So, and I feel like growing up, wherever our background, where we're from, that always kind of showcases our passion behind if we own a business or even at our own place, our home, you know. So I want to say, what did your family or your parents do for a living? Because that always kind of affects, you know, as we were growing up.
Yeah, of course. So my family everyone owns a business one way or another. All of my brothers do. My dad always has. He's always been such a strong, force in the family. He had his own construction company. Well, he still does, by the way. But he has his own construction company, was one of the main providers. But my mom, my background comes from her being in a food truck.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
so she ran this food truck. She didn't own it, but she ran it, and her flavors played a huge role on it.
There we go.
So my background comes from very strong, hard workers plus food. I mean, I think it's very traditional in Hispanic cultures, right?
Definitely.
To be surrounded by moms, aunts, and uncles and all that who smoke and, like smoke meats or barbecue and all that. So yeah, that's my background.
There we go. And then when I say, because, in the culture, it's not technically like barbecue, but like hanging out, there's different for whatever culture. They describe it in different ways. So how did that embrace from, let's say a typical barbecue day or weekend to your business and maybe growing up,
So a typical day for us, of course, always has some kind of game on TV, right? Whether it was football or whether it was soccer, because, my brothers, they are much older than I am. My oldest brother is about 10 years apart. And so they all played football. All growing up in high school, college, all that. And our typical barbecue day always consisted of you got out of church, right? Put on a game, and the girls were going.
Yep, that's fair. There you go. No, because I feel like that always definitely embraces how we're brought up, the different foods, all that, the side dishes, the way, you have your kids out and about, whatever, playing at the video game room or out, you have your family, the adults doing adult stuff, and that always describes a little bit of the background. So I want to say, how did that maybe influence to right now the restaurant and, gave you the flavors or the twist that you have added to it?
Yeah, for sure. So if we think about, maybe like the happiest moments that maybe growing up, you remember seeing mom, your aunts, friends, whatever, kind of gossiping in the kitchen, right? While the sides are going, dad's with the boys out in the back, the grills are going. And I feel like every one of us want to hold on to something about our upbringing. And I feel like what we have done here is that is exactly what I want to do. I want to hold on to, good memories and bring laughter together and everything. So for me, food translates that. To me, it's such an important vessel, right? I feel like in our culture, in the Hispanic culture, and everyone that I meet, I feel like the greatest stories always comes from around the table.
That's true.
So that's one of the things that we wanted to bring here is to, when you walk in, you're not walking into a restaurant. We want you to walk into your family. We want you to come in and feel like you're at home. And it's one of the things that I've wanted to do is put myself out there, for everybody to not call myself the owner, but just be like a host, right? If you come into my house, oh my gosh, I want you to feel like you're royalty. Right? Like, I'm here to take care of you. You stepped into my home. I want you to love my food. I want you to feel right at home. I want you to tell me your stories, become, a part of what we have going on. And that's one of the things that I truly feel it's really important with Lost Texan Barbecue is for everyone to feel like they stepped into my home.
A piece of your house. I like
piece of my
that.
house,
That's beautiful. with that being said, you know, you have your own style and twist to it.
I
You
do.
got this new mural in the back. That's
love it.
amazing. Shout out to the artist.
Thank you.
Your barbecue, what gives it its own style or twist from other unique locations or here in Utah?
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like my barbecue is bringing all the flavors that I truly enjoy. So I call it a fusion.
Yeah, there you
This
go.
is fusion. This is fusion style barbecue. You will find things from, you know, Mexico, Central America, traditional American. You know, I'm not here to just do one style. I'm here to pour out the things that I enjoy eating and that I know work well together.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So I have things that are come from Carolina. I have things that come from Texas, and I also have things that come from our Latin culture.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because, you know, when people, you taking over the business, the first owner was more Texan based, you know,
That's
and
very
that's why
true.
I'm sure people, and we've talked about it off camera, how, oh, is it just Texas based, or, you know, because that's what people expect from the name Lost Texan Barbecue.
Absolutely.
But no, that's great that you diverge into all the different cultures from your background, because, you know, coming up, you were seeing all the different stuff that was up in your culture, you know, growing up. So how could you say, or should I say, taking over the business at you know, you influenced it. What was the vision, or still going, you know, taking over the business? What was the vision for it?
I feel like I wanted to make sure that the foundation was still there, you know, which is definitely Texas roots. So my husband and I, we are not from Texas. I do want everyone to know that I'm not from Texas. You guys, I am actually born in LA, and I am born in San Fernando Valley. So shout out, right? That is my upbringing, and I was raised in Reno. And Reno is such an art town, and I love what's happening in Ogden, and I love what you're doing
Reno's
because
like
the art is coming around. Yes, yes, it really is. So, food and fusion and everything is what's happening over there. You know, like yes, you can find great cuisine that every culture and everything, but then you find the ones that give you that wow factor, and it's fusion. You know, it's a little bit of like you know, it's maybe Chinese food with a hint of Mexican food, or maybe it's this, you know, some Greek food mixed with and that's what I see. So the foundation is always Texas. You know, shout out to Texas. My husband and I went to go take a trip to Texas. He has a lot of family in Texas, so there is connections in Texas for us. We went out to Fort Worth, Texas, got formal training. From his name is Lance, so shout out to him. Lane, sorry, shout out to Lane from Goldie's. We went there, and then we started going into Tex-Mex. And we went to go meet Ernie out in Panther City. And Hurtados, you know, and they are doing it. Like they are bringing Tex-Mex barbecue, and it's one of the things that we were just so excited about, right? Because the food, I mean, it's limitless what you can do with it.
Right.
So we did stay with the Texas Foundation, but then, you know, we were like, okay, what else can we do to it to make it our own? And that's exactly what we're doing now. So the foundation's always been there. We appreciate the previous owners that did such a wonderful job. They put so much culture in here too. We, you know, still have a lot of the military, as you can see, right? And not only that, but we brought back the artist who did my LA tagging back here, right? We brought him back, and he did a whole other mural for us, showing military, and you know, that's why we're here, the freedom. Right, and we're not at all trying to get rid of that in any way, shape, or form. We have a whole wall that is dedicated to members of the community, you know, past and present. And when you come into Lost Texan BBQ, you can go down, you know, memory lane, or we can talk about how we support, you know, different organizations that help our veterans. I honestly, it's amazing what's been happening and how many doors have opened for me. Yeah, and it starts from a great foundation like the previous owners, James and Marty Hammond. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, shout out to them. Yeah, I've loved what you've done to the place, and I didn't even know about this spot till Brandon actually showed it to me, brother, like a few years back, right? I was
dropping my uncle off at work one day and just cruising by, and I was like, barbecue? Hold up. I didn't have a chance to stop by, but then, later we came, and I wasn't impressed.
It's okay.
It was... You know, it was okay, but this was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
This is so long ago. But then it got better. And then, you know, it's like that, you come to a place and you're like, you want to enjoy it because
Yes.
you're like excited about like barbecue, right? So your expectations high. You're like, and you just start to learn as you get older, right? Or me, I start to learn things right every day. You know, just kind of cross that expectation out, right? Show up with an open mind and an open palate, and
Absolutely.
enjoy the food, and then maybe if it's not what you enjoy, if you don't want to give it another try, it's fine. Or, give it another shot. If it's new, maybe, it hasn't grown enough, right? So I think that was something that was important to me when I came and, tried the food for the first time. Like, first I was a big critic and I was like,
Yeah.
it grew on me.
No.
And honestly, I do appreciate your honesty for it, because imagine how we felt too. Like we came in and we tried something, and of course, like just like you say, there's some things that were great, some things that definitely need improvement. But I think that's what I was so excited about, was because I was just like, oh my gosh, I could totally do this, we could definitely improve this. And I really want to thank the community that has given us an opportunity, because changing people's mind is probably a lot more difficult than people imagine.
Yep.
If you already have a perception of something, getting them to try it again, you know what I mean? They're not going to be as open.
Yeah.
So to hear though the feedback now, oh my gosh, like it's so overwhelming just to hear people tell me, I love what you've done with this place, or I can't believe that you changed it this much, or this used to be good, but now it's great, and
Wow.
that's why I'm saying I do appreciate the honesty, because I think that that's what keeps us going.
Right. There we go.
And if something isn't working out, I feel like I have the opportunity and the flexibility within me to revisit it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, I have gotten enough feedback. Yeah, I have gotten enough feedback that maybe I need to redo this recipe, or maybe I need to try it a different way. And one of the biggest changes that we made that has made the biggest impact in our flavors has been the fact that we smoke with real wood.
There we go.
Yeah.
So getting an offset smoker, and we do bring our wood from Texas, because that's where Post Oak comes from. That's they're one of the
there we
biggest
go.
suppliers. We don't have Post Oak here in Utah. Yeah, we have oak, but it's not the same kind. Yeah, use Post Oak, and
Do you have a little bit of knowledge on the differences?
I do, yeah. So each wood produces a certain type of flavor, right? You have like mesquite, and we have fruits. I love our fruit trees around here. We have walnuts. We can do apricot. I've actually smoked with some apricot, which is exciting. Cherry is always a fabulous one to choose from. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring in, hickory is a little too strong for me, and so is mesquite. And I think that those are great woods when you're using, simple ingredients. But with our culture, Hispanic culture, man, we put the kitchen sink in everything. So I needed to make sure we had a wood that produced a very clean smoke, and that it needed to be mild. Post oak is it.
Yeah.
So what are the differences between post oak and oak? That's kind of
Oh yeah, so oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
Okay,
I love how you elaborated on that.
the way it burns is a huge difference. So
Okay.
if you use regular wood, regular oak, it's not going to work. It's not going to burn as clean, and the taste of it will be more.
So how do they reach that? Like that point of it?
No, that's
What
where
do they
Texas
do?
come in. That's where Texas come in, and that's why they
the
mastered
heat?
it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So post oak, again, it's such a sustainable type of wood. Like it burns consistent.
Yeah.
It is a hard wood. Like all pretty much all any of the oats are. But some of them will do more of a bitter flavor. Other ones will do more of a clean flavor. Post oak is like the one that I'm telling you. It's a lot more cleaner. Yeah. We have burned with some of the local wood, and I can tell you it does add like a little hint of flavor to the end. Even it's not just just how it tastes, but it also what it coats in your palate. Like the bitterness can stay there a little bit. It's also I can have post oat and still burn it dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, that means that we didn't watch it correctly and all that, and we didn't burn it consistently well. Our charcoal bed might not be great, and what that does, it'll create a dirty smoke, and usually you can feel it, because it kind of gives you a little bit of heartburn, or if it makes you burp a little bit, you know that it's dirty smoke, and you don't want that. What you want is to be able to heat something, have that hint of smoke. It coats your palate, but it's nice and clean. Like it's supposed to be a flavor that you're just like, oh, I can taste that smoke, but I can also taste the paprika in there. I can also taste the
just
pepper.
love
Yeah,
the smoke.
hickory and mesquite have a little bit stronger. It is more of a woodier kind of flavor, right? Which we love. And it goes well with a lot of things, but it doesn't work well with my Tex-Mex style.
See, and you said you were nervous.
I am very much so, but you were talking about things I'm passionate about,
good,
yeah.
no.
And that's what we do here is we try to cultivate the community. We want to bring people here to this platform so they can understand where you're coming from. They can get in the mind and the heart and the eyes and see,
Absolutely.
Those things that we don't see. And, I appreciate you sharing that. That's
No, thank you. Yeah, and I
that's just
appreciate
like
your honesty.
something so small.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know anything about how to cook with different wood. I get frustrated when we're trying to grill and people are like,
Propane.
we're doing
Propane.
Well, I'd rather go propane because none of my family knows how to do charcoal. You know what I mean? They like throw the charcoal on and then they throw the meat on. You're like, oh,
Well, the interesting part is
what's going on?
I get asked a lot what type of Hispanic I am, right? There people want to.
I'm still curious. So
Yeah,
let's
you're
know.
still curious. Okay,
I'm
so
still
my
curious.
family is originally from Guatemala.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one country over from Mexico, in case no one knows their geography, right? One for love. But I have to tell you, our grandparents and our ancestors have used wood all the time. I remember growing up and seeing my grandma having to put the fire together, right? Because we do handmade tortillas,
Yep.
like the ones that you still clap
Oh,
at,
yeah.
right? It's like worshiping while you're making your tortilla,
have
And I just remember seeing her, having to blow on the fire and being like, oh, it's gonna come out. And I didn't understand it, and I could see the smoke, and she would always be like, no, it's getting too dark in here, or the air is getting too thick, and I didn't quite understand. And now we fast forward to time, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the things that I remember when I was a kid, I had no idea that now they would come into play.
Yeah, that's
Because that's what it is. We had clay ovens that we would bake the bread in. Oh yeah, this was like old school. And I still have aunts that do it. They have their stores, and when we go over there with my husband and stuff, when we're in the family, we're just like, look, come and look at this clay pot. This is what your grandma made, and the other thing is, unlike our American culture, the women were the ones that did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the women were the ones who smoke all of this meat and then do the bread and all that. So I'm confident that my grandma would definitely be proud of me.
Hey,
I think so.
Shout out to all the grandmas.
Yeah, shout out
putting
to
in work,
grandmas.
teaching us and showing us the ways.
I still didn't learn how to make tortillas.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, we're still learning. But we still got time.
I think I'm good on that one though.
I was like, we still got time for it. No, that's amazing. So we're talking about the dishes. Could you break down some of them? The changes you've done to some of the
Oh, yeah,
dishes.
absolutely.
Your unique ones that you've made, and you have some special ones coming up.
We do have a lot of special ones coming up. So the biggest change that we have made that I feel the community has truly embraced has been our brisket. Our brisket now is peppered base,
Yep.
and we only use top prime, like prime meat. Once in a while, depending on how the market is doing, we'll get different type. Yeah, we'll get a different type of meat. Like we have grass fed. Try to keep us healthy and everything, right?
You have to.
And it has to be cooked differently, believe it or not, because the fat content in it is different.
yes.
And all of this plays a role. So like each time that we smoke, something may be different. And shout out to my pit guys. Honestly, I absolutely could not do this without them. I have Manny, who is our main pit guy, and then Roman, who has done such an excellent job with training the other two newer pits that I have. I have Clinton and I have Tyler that are getting trained right now. But they have just been anything can affect it. Like the humidity in the air can affect it. How the wood came in. If there was any kind of like
The drift,
anything, any change on there. If there's a little bit of if the wood is wet a little bit, that also creates a nuisance when it comes to our fire. But the brisket is the main one that we've changed. The flavor profile is 100% different. And then, like I said, we trained in Texas on how to wrap it and everything, and it's been wonderful. We put our own twist in it, right? We use tallow. We do not use seed oil for anything, so we create our own tallow. The other things that we've changed is we make our own sausages in-house. We have now bison, which is, such a Utah thing, and it's probably one of my favorite sausages, really. Yeah. It's a bison sausage that is mixed in with some of our beef fat.
Yep.
And it is jalapeno, because that's how we do, right?
No,
So it is a little bit on the spicier side. Our chicken quarters have elevated in their flavor as well, because we use tallow. That's the secret in some of the flavors. Yeah, a lot of things. We have an amazing manager. Her name is Mary, and her background is, shout out to Mary. As far as that, we couldn't do it without her. And she, her background is baking. And so a lot of the treats that you guys have had and you tried, it is her creations.
specialty.
One of the biggest seller right now is our peach cobbler.
Yep. There we go.
I don't know what she does to it. It is amazing. It is delicious. And I just feel like everything. We have cream corn now, which is, it's a Texas cream corn that has heavy cream and cream cheese and everything, but we put toppings in it.
Yep.
So now it's Mexican elote, right?
That's basically
Yeah,
right there.
we're loading that up. We make the esquite with it. You can use pulled pork. Our pulled pork changed quite a bit as well. It's more of a Carolina style of pulled pork. It is not a traditional Texas style pulled pork, so it's a lot more moisture, very juicy, and the way we pull it really matters.
Yep.
We have brought in carnitas.
I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen
we have
that.
a spicy carnitas now, which is an additional type of pulled pork that we do. It's honestly, it's probably one of our most sold items right now. We have our classic traditional, pulled pork, but then for those who are like, okay, let me try something new, that's it. And then we have a cowboy caviar pasta.
Oh, that's that one.
good.
That's that one. Huh?
Did you guys enjoy that one?
that's
Oh
that
gosh,
good.
that's so much fun, and it brings all of our flavors together as well. So it's a macaroni salad that now has black beans, sweet corn in it. It has bell peppers. It does have jalapenos. It has the kitchen sink in it. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It is good. Yeah. So the way we have it now is that all of our sides, you can load them. You can load them with meat if you wanted to. And I feel like the way we give back to the community is through food as well. And so all of these items, as we're creating them, I go and I give them to either like the police department or the fire department.
Wow.
I'll go to different places and I'll be like, hey, I just created this. I would love your feedback. Let me know what you think.
That's beautiful.
And shout out to her as well for her amazing work in the kitchen. She's also one that has always helped the community as well. Mary has put out in her Facebook, if there's moms that are in need and everything. Yeah. And so she just recently made cakes for, a few people, and she does it from the goodness of her heart. Yeah. So when I'm saying that you guys step into family, like I really mean it.
Yeah, no.
And Raquel, she has a special place too for the Lantern House. And she was, and she told me, she's like, hey, let's make some meals. Let's go take it out to Lantern House, but we need to do it around 5 or 6 for dinner time. And I'm like, why then? She's like, you'll see. And so we went out there. I think one time, I didn't make it at that time. I made it like 7, a little bit later. And I choked up. I couldn't do it. Like, I gave out the food, but I sat in my car for a second and I was just like so overwhelmed because we saw people from all walks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were older, some were very, very young. And all I could do was just be grateful. And some of them were like, oh, we hadn't eaten all day. Thank you so much. And then I had another few of them were like, you gave us loaded mac and cheese, the mac and cheese with the meat. And they're like, can we get another one? Because
There we go.
yeah, I remember when grandma used to do this for me. I remember, you know what I mean? And these are the things that I'm like, yeah, of course. So I love the fact that everyone, my employees feel like they can come and ask us for things too, and be like, hey, can we help this family? Can we do? Yeah, of course, we absolutely can.
Inadvertently, this is the first time that a business owner has referred to the wow factor. Brian and Ashley referred it to as like, oh shit factor.
Yeah.
He makes a product, right? You get your clothes back and you're like, oh shit, wow. And
that my campfire homies. Yeah. Shout out to them. They be doing all our gear.
And I think that at the heart of it, the wow factor here is your love for the community, your passion behind who you are. And I think that's that's what stands out to me a lot. And that's the wow factor here, is that your willingness to, share your heart with the world.
Absolutely. Thank you. That really means a lot. And it's just a start. I mean, if I had more.
Yep.
Right, and the community did pull through remember when the fires were happening in North Ogden?
Okay, that's
Okay,
right. Yeah,
the
that's
community
right.
came through. I was just gonna, do some meals and everything, but I got tons of phone calls from people who were like, "Hey, can I donate? Can I donate to you?" And we picked up like quite a bit. I think it was like $500 or $600 or something like that. And we opened up the restaurant, and we met the coolest people on the face of this planet. They were called the Helitech. I don't know if you guys heard it. It was the helicopter, right? Like, no, okay. So they filled up the restaurant, you guys. And I was just like, so tell me about you guys. You're like, oh, we're the ones that jump off the helicopter and try to tame the fire. And they're like, we draw, they try to dig out trenches and stuff like that, right? To try to contain the fire.
Wow.
And I think at that moment I realized, oh my gosh, these people really do exist, because when you hear fire, you automatically think, let's run to safety, right? When they hear fire, they're like, let's go. You know what I mean? They're like, they're going into the fire.
Wow.
And when I was chatting with them, I was like, wow. I was like, what is your thought process when you do this? And then he was like, there's a special type of human. He's like, and that's what we are. And I feel like that came, he's like, and that's where we come and play. He's like, they're like, we're the misfits. We're the ones that, that are not normal, or, whatever they were, expressing about themselves. But I literally saw them as heroes, because I was just like, I would never jump into a fire. And that's what they do.
They're flying, swinging through the air.
Right.
They're swinging through the air, exactly. And they're like, oh yeah, we're throwing, doing as much as we can to keep everyone safe. And I'm just like, I've never even heard about it. I was like, but with the name like the Hell Attack, I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Right.
And I think that's a suitable name for the crew. But it was a community that came together. And so we opened up our smokers and did that for them. We also help out a couple of the younger, I think it's called youth.
Youth Impact?
No, not youth. Yes, we sponsor to the Youth Impact too. Yeah,
okay.
But there's another youth program where it's a home for like runaways or people who are.
Is it similar to Crossroads, or?
I think it's similar to it, yeah, but it's only specifically for certain ages.
Ah.
Yeah,
And is it community based?
It is community based, yeah. And I apologize if they're watching that I could not remember your full name. But we can post it on our site if people would like. Yeah, if people want to donate to them. But for Thanksgiving, we did for Christmas, we did a Christmas meal for them.
I see. That's right. I did see that.
Yeah, and we opened our doors and we're like, if you ever want us to do like a class, or teach anyone how to cook, or they want to come here, and so. Yeah, recently we had a conversation with Job Corps as well, that they're like, hey, would you guys like to have some of the younger kids come out? Yeah.
Riverdale or Roy area.
Yeah,
right?
and they're like, do you want to come? Oh, we're like, heck yeah. Yeah, bring them over.
Cool. Well, that's what we really need. Maybe it's heavier now, but as we're growing up, there has been the after school programs, things like that. That's what the community really needs, because that's good. Once again, and it puts the process or the thought of, oh, maybe I could become something of myself, or all that's going to influence as we're developing to whatever, owning a business, doing our own thing.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing. No, I've been seeing you're all over too, working with the community all over.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it's really dear to my heart. And I feel like we're here by the grace of God. So, we've been shown mercy. We need to give mercy.
No, so from a customer base or even employees, what would you say is the culture of your restaurant that you want to show to the people?
Just come as you are.
There we go.
Just come as you are. Walk through this door. You're going to be treated as family. Yes, we do care whether you enjoy the meal or not. So we are going to ask you. It is Southern hospitality, right? To be like, did you enjoy it? And if you didn't enjoy it, guess what? We'll change it.
Yeah.
Let's find something that you might like. Yeah, let's work on it. Let's find something else. I want everyone to feel comfortable. When they come here, to be able to be like, Judy, this was the best meal, or like, dang, you really dropped the ball on this one, Judy. But so I love having different cultures. I think just because fusion is the name of my food, so I want fusion customers as well. Like, let's go, bring them from wherever they're coming from, and just feel comfortable here. Be excited to try something new. And just be at home.
There we go, like that.
You refer to the community, a lot. We have, and it's more local, right? What were some of the challenges that you faced with this location?
I feel like change is not. Change is not hard. I mean, change is hard for everyone. And I feel like there was already a perception and there was already an owner, and I think everyone had that in mind, right? So then here comes me.
Yeah.
Something completely different than what Lost Texan was founded on. And I think some of the challenges that I faced was one, getting the opportunity to be given a chance. I feel like that was a little difficult, and it did have to include me putting myself out there and being okay with negative criticism. Like, oh, you changed the culture. You messed up something, or and it's okay. When I came into it, my husband did remind me, like, we have to have really thick skin when we come into doing something like this, and criticism should never destroy you. It should encourage you and should build you. And I feel like about 6 months into it, I was a little lost, because I was struggling with how things were and how I wanted them to be. It was almost like an identity crisis, right? And that's where that family that created my employees, right? I had one employee, I had Mary, look at me, and she was like, just do you. Stop being scared. Just do you. That you will gravitate, like, you have to think of the law of gravity, right? Or like, so she was like, you will pull in what was meant to be yours. And those that aren't supposed to be part of us, it's okay to say goodbye. And maybe one day they'll come back, And I feel like that really launched me into position. And I feel like when you actually have a vision of who you are, you just need to make it come alive. Like, I just want people to know who I am, and maybe that'll give them the opportunity to be like, okay, let's give her a try. I know it's different. Barbecue is a man's world, by the way. That's not easy. Let's just start with that. I won't even go into other detail, but just alone, the fact that barbecue is definitely a man's world, and here is a girl trying to do it, and, like learning the fire and all this stuff. Yeah, there's girl pitmasters around. I may be the first one in Utah, but that doesn't mean that, that it didn't exist. It's just maybe it's newer to Utah. So our culture is a little bit different in Utah, right? Like it varies from state to state, kind of like the movement there. But I feel like now, fast forwarding it to a year, I really feel like the community has really opened up now. Like, oh, okay, like it's LostTexanBBQ.
When was the actual date that you opened?
So I bought it in April, at the end of April. So April is when I had my first year. And I have to be honest with you, I missed my anniversary, y'all.
Oh, it's all right.
I miss my anniversary. I know, like, I know, like, Steve is going to be having a whole party about his first year anniversary, and I want to apologize for that. But also, it's exciting because while my employees surprised me with the cake and was like, "Happy anniversary," I was like, "Wait, what? It's my anniversary?"
For the upcoming year, then we're gonna have to do
it'll be 2 years. Yeah. Well, I mean, Hispanic people, we make the 2 of the place. Just kidding.
That's funny.
But I missed my anniversary, y'all. But it was because I was in the work with something else, another project, which was my brunch.
There we go. Well, talk about that.
So starting May 3rd, I'm opening up for brunch, you guys, and I'm so excited because for me, brunch was such an important meal. My family, that's when we all came together. Like my brothers and everyone, married. They had their kids, but something about that Sunday brunch just brought us all together. And so it's a whole other menu. Nothing about what we have now. It's going to be 10 to 2.
Oh, perfect. Obviously, 10 to 2.
Yeah, so we're only focusing on brunch.
I love that.
Yeah, it is going to have brisket. It's going to have something new like polenta, right? Which you had, I would think that was the first time you tried it?
Yeah. We're talking about
so that's the sweet potato ham, the sweet potato spam hash.
Yes.
Yep.
That was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it, but Danny enjoyed it a lot.
Yep, I like that one.
I had brisket polenta. That was my favorite.
And Danny didn't enjoy that one as much. So I love it, you guys. It's so funny.
Tostada was magnificent.
Yeah,
everything was great.
Yeah, no, the new brisket though, with the extra little fat on it, that one's great.
Yeah.
The new style one. The point. Yep.
Look at that. Look, he's already learning. You need a pitmaster job, right? I got you.
I'll come help you. If you ever need a hand, I'll lend my hand.
Thank you. Yeah. So on the brunch again, we're doing the fusion. So we will be having a sweet potato hash, which is something that's very traditional in Utah, right? Sweet potato is a big deal around here, and I love it. So we're going to be bringing some of that Utah culture into it. I am smoking spam with it. I love spam. I did not reveal that it was spam. So if you came to the private events that I had where we launched the brunch and we wanted to get everyone's feedback on it, no one knew that they were eating spam until the end. And when they thought it was ham. Yeah, they thought it was smoked ham, and they were just like, they loved the dish.
This ham hash is fire.
Yeah, this ham hash, for real. And the crazy thing about it is that was probably like the best one.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the one that had the biggest ratings out of the 2 private events that we had. So I'd probably say maybe like 100 people tried the meal. Yeah, and mostly everybody, was like, this is it. And then the polenta, that one was different for everyone. You know, it's an Italian thing. Yeah. You loved it. That's my favorite, right? And even with my employees, like some of them are like, what is this? I'm like, think about it grits, but with cornmeal, right? Like, so, and it's going to be cheesy and cheddar and all that. And we heard the feedback, and I think that one's, going to be an extremely popular one.
There you go.
Who knew that making eggs was so complicated?
Yeah.
I like over easy eggs.
I mean, there's just poached and
there's
over
poachers.
medium,
Yeah, you can look. We can smoke a brisket. Let me tell you that. But when it came to making an egg,
it's tough. Yeah,
that is tough. You can actually mess up an egg, y'all. But we had to get it down right. And our cooks are just they're amazing. So they were teaching me how to do an actual egg. You know what I mean? Make it right.
Shout out to the cooks.
Yeah, shout out to the cooks for sure.
Get extra help sometimes in hand.
Yeah, and then we introduced the tostada, the breakfast tostada. Right. That one's going to be a popular one. We pickle everything here, you guys. So all of your pickled onions, your jalapenos and stuff, those all come from our kitchen. Our cornbread is also made here. It is the original recipe, so we did not mess with that because it's fabulous. Yeah, it's one of our most sold items. We brought in smoked peach cobbler for that as well. We have a brand new breakfast sausage. You guys didn't get a chance to try this breakfast sausage, but it's a maple brown sugar pork sausage that was created by Manny, our pit master, and he did a phenomenal job with it. And like I said, we make it all here. So when you come and try our food, just remember that everything that you had was made from scratch.
Wow.
Yeah, we are now having, absolutely, yeah. And we have chimichurri that is coming out. You know, that's a traditional for us, yeah. We have a chipotle aioli that's coming out. And then we have the fiery mango, which is more of a Mexican style barbecue sauce, right? Nice and tangy. That's stuff you can throw it on fruit. That's what we do.
I'll say, tahine style.
Tahine, exactly. And then
all that.
we have a blue heat, which people don't realize that it's actually blueberries. They think that, they're like, oh, they don't know why it's blue, but it's blue because it's blueberries. We don't write blueberries on the bottle because then people won't try it. Because they're like blueberries on barbecue sauce, but it's actually really good. It's probably, I think, now our #1 barbecue sauce. Yeah.
There we go. Heck yeah, no, and that's all for the Sunday menu.
It's all for the Sunday. Every Sunday.
Now on, huh?
Every single Sunday from 10 to 2. Yeah.
May 3rd. That's when you're launching?
Yep.
Wait, that's when we launch.
Next Sunday,
we'll be here.
Yeah, you got to come and eat. Don't. I'm gonna make sure I put extra hash on your plate, please.
No, because
I gotta try it again.
Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. No, so before we all got stuff to go and time is getting caught up on us. You have anything you want to let the people know that are watching, or events or certain things that are coming up, or any words that if anybody about?
Yeah. So I would like to let the community know that one of the wonderful things we learned about Texas is that they support each other. When we went to the barbecue places and we did our training, they were suggesting the next person and then the next person, and I want everyone to know that here there are few barbecue places, right? And we need to support each other. The barbecue places are not competing. We are actually supporting. Okay, so just like, when you come to our restaurant, we are going to make a suggestion like, hey, go to the other barbecue place. We shout out to Steve all the time. Redbeard, they have fabulous food. We absolutely love eating their food as well. I want everyone to know that there is no competition. So when you come in here, love our food, appreciate it, just like we're going to love and appreciate someone else's food. And if you want to support us in any way, there's no bigger support than letting someone else know to come and try us,
Yeah.
right? What we're doing here is just everything encompasses love. Like we love cooking, we love our food, we love eating, right? And we love our community. Yeah, we've been in Ogden for 11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I have one Ogdenite. My youngest son was born here. My older three ones, I have 3 other kids that were born in Reno, so I do have an Ogdenite. This is home for us. What we foresee in the future, though, is you see one location here. We want a full restaurant. We want a full restaurant. Yeah, we want to stay here.
I would love that.
We want to stay here in Pleasant View, though, because this is home. This is where Lost Texan was created. And I would love to stay here, and maybe this be the place where all the briskets come out of, you know. We want to make sure it's still done perfect and right. Lord willing, we will have other restaurants, or we'll have other locations. We've definitely even thought of like maybe some drive-throughs as well, you know. Yeah, maybe do a torta brisket. Right?
There we go.
I just like, I don't want to be done now, because you're like, you know, you've been here for so long. It's like, what made you want to all of a sudden, you know, have you had a dream to have a barbecue spot?
Yes.
So you were here for a while before you.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So I have had a corporate background my whole life, right? But I've always had a second job doing something. And so when I was in Reno, we opened up a BJ's Brewery, also barbecues, and they make beer and everything there. And I had that opportunity coming here. I worked at a Starbucks for about 5 years, and so I've always been someone that has to do multiple things for some reason. You guys, like, you know, I have a cosmetology license, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? But my husband, when we came over here, he came to fulfill his dream of having his general license as a contractor. And so I helped him with the finances and stuff, because my background was that I worked for the state of Nevada for a long time. You know, doing financing.
That's why you're so well spoken.
Oh, thank you. So I work for the state of Nevada, but we're behind the scenes. No one talks to the accounting people. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all behind the scenes. So when we came over here, it was like, okay, we got his business going. He does subcontracting now. We no longer build from the ground up. We can, but we choose not to. More money rolls in with subcontracting. Less headaches. So we ended up opening a granite shop. Right off of 1900, and it was one of our dreams as well. We were able to do that. That's what ends up funding LostTexanBBQ, right? And we were looking at some restaurants about, I would probably say about 3 years ago. There was a restaurant that I had a thought of purchasing, but I have to be honest with you guys. I'm a girl, but I'm not girly, and that was a breakfast place, and I just couldn't do it.
2 sisters, or what, bickering sisters?
Yeah.
That joint? How did I know?
Why would you know that? That is
Because I live
hysterical.
in Ogden. It's local.
Yeah, bro, I couldn't do it. That is too girly for me. I just.
Respect. I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I was excited. I mean, technically, we're going to the brunch menu, so you know that there's still something there, right?
yeah, of course.
And so we said no. It just didn't feel right.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, it's always smart to, you know, lead with your heart.
Yeah. And then we were given this opportunity, you know, through mutual friends. They're like, hey, LostTexanBBQ is up for sale. And I remember just going, me and barbecue, huh?
Yeah.
Me and barbecue. Now, don't get it wrong. Like, my family is out there and they're probably watching, and they know that I can throw it down with the mean prime rib and all this stuff, you know, like grilling was life, right?
There you go.
And so it was like, let me see what I can do. And honestly, the biggest supporter has always been my husband. He's always like, you can do this. Like, you know, you can do it. I'm going to be here to support you. And he has, so much so. You know, he comes and checks on us. He makes sure that everything is, you know, how we need it. Things break all the time, you guys.
Yeah.
It's so
When
frustrating.
you own something.
Yeah, when you own something. Yeah, exactly. Things break all the time. And he was here like last night getting our torches up and going. Like, yeah, he does so much behind the scenes. And even though he's with us now, he was just like, no, babe, you can go ahead and do the interview. I'm okay. So to have, you know, barbecue, that's how we came here. So I said, all right, I think I can do this. And then the owner, James, when he sat down and he talked to me, he's like, I've said no to other people.
Yeah.
He's like, but there's something about you. And he's like, and I feel, he's like, I feel like you got this.
Yeah.
what more could I want for, right?
There we go.
I feel like God talks, and I feel like, yeah, I was led here.
Listened.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
absolutely.
Well, I commend you, and congratulate you guys.
Thank you.
It's a long journey from here, and more's to come. And
It is.
we just appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thank
your
you,
energy that
likewise.
you give.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, I've been wanting to do this podcast, and I know you've been saying I'm nervous, but no, look,
Oh my gosh.
it's a great time.
Thank you, guys.
The community's gonna love it, and they're gonna get to know a little bit more. And if they want to know more, come down and check it out personally,
Come and
right
check.
here.
Yeah.
More
She'll
local.
be in here.
Yeah.
She'll know your name if you come enough times. Like
Okay.
we was just in here getting food. That
Yeah.
when you gave us that brunch and the lady came in and you was talking to that lady, that made me feel at home. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for your
Thank you.
time. More local podcasts. Danny Starr, Brandon Bredman, LostTexanBBQ with.
Judy.
You guys heard it. Check it out. Come
Thank
down here, Pleasant View, Utah.
More local podcast. We hit 'em with an interview, supporting all the local. Do you need an interview? Are you tryna be seen on them big TVs, on them big old screens? Yeah, we go to any place, tryna help out with the business. More local.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Brendan Bredman here with the More Local Podcast. Enough couldn't be said about the passion behind the food here at Lost Texan. Judy taking over, doing what she needs to do to create an experience for people when they come and eat. She said it's home. When you come here, it's home. So I just like to give her recognition on that and commend everybody that's given us your time and your energy. It's hard to want to continue doing something, when you don't see the end goal. But just a shout out to everybody. It's the More Local Podcast. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that things that you like to do. We out.
Thanks so much. Hey, can I get a little more of my vocal in my monitors, please?
Same.
Hello, everybody. We're Shrink the Giant. How we feeling tonight? It's a pleasure to be with you here to celebrate one of our favorite decades of music. The 80s are so influential for our band. So we're going to be playing a few more covers, 80 covers, but we're going to be playing our original music too, because you're going to hear the 80s influence in our original music. So, once again, we're Shrink the Giant. Thanks for being here. We're excited to share this night with you.